Okay, so we're working our way through the user requirements, and now what we're going to do is we're going to implement this discount. So what this sentence is saying is that any customer who buys something over £50 will get a 5% discount, which means they will get 5% off of the total cost. And then we're going to put in a delivery charge and then work out the final total. So what that looks like for us on our spreadsheet, this is where we're going to write the discount. This is the figure that the discount is applied to. And what we're saying is whatever's in this cell, if it's greater than £50, then work out 5% of it and then write that in here, because then we can use that to work out our final total. So luckily for us in Excel, we can do that using an if formula, or in any spreadsheet program you will have the ability to use an if formula. So we're going to do equals if, and we can see this building up, and it gives us a little help at the bottom here. So this is saying, well, what is it you want to test? And so what we're trying to do, what we're testing, is whether this value, so I've just clicked on B25, is greater than 50. Okay, because if it's greater than 50, then we need to give a 5% discount. Then if we look at how the formula's built up, it's got a comma, so we put a comma in, and then it says, well, what do you want to happen if it is greater than 50? Well, what we want to happen is we want 5% of this to be worked out. So let's just ask it to do that. So what we want is this figure times 5%. Okay, comma, right? Otherwise it says, what do you want written in here? Okay, so otherwise we just want 0 written in here. So let's press enter and see what happens. And I've formatted this to currency. So this is 5% of this figure, and if you look at how the formula is built up, all this is saying is if this is greater than 50, then work out 5% of it, otherwise just write 0 in there. And if you wanted to make it slightly more readable, you can leave spaces after the commas, and that will still work. Okay, so that's our discount. So let's see whether it still works if this figure falls below 50. So if I go up here and let's just change these to 0. Oh, whoops, that's not letting me. So let's have a look at my data validation. Must have put that in wrong. So let's just scroll down to where my data validation is. Have a look. Oh, and I've just got greater than 0, so 1 is the minimum. So let's just put greater than or equal to 0. Okay, that's what I need. Let's change this to 0, change this to 0. This is still coming up to £53. Let's just change that to 3. Okay, this should allow us to see whether our discount has worked, and there we are. That's just a 0 there, so there is no discount here. So that will work it out automatically for us, which is just fantastic. Okay, so having done the formula for that, remember that needs to be in our design sheet. So we're saying that the discount is going to need a formula there, and what that formula is going to be. And then the delivery charge is just very straightforward. We put the £5 in, and the final total is basically going to be different things added up. So we want to have the total added up. We want to take away any kind of discounts that comes up, and we want to add the delivery charge to it. And that is the final total that this person will have to pay. Okay, now that's the requirements done, and in the next video we'll look at how we stop people just coming along and typing something in here and then messing up the formula completely. Okay, so we'll look at how we can protect areas that we don't want people to mess around with.